just told them I was hit by a hockey stick because I didn't really want to have to sit there waiting for them to find out if they can actually use my eyeball, what bike polo was. My second big accident on a bicycle, so I already lost my teeth when I got hit by a car. Yeah, I'm still in the middle of getting those operated on. And now another mallet to the face.
And you got hit with a hockey stick?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the circumstances?
It was just a high stick sort of at the end of play. Someone lifted their stick up too fast and caught me in the face.
Were you wearing a visor?
No, it was just the street object.
You have a headache right now?
No. I don't worry.
Ça va couler un peu, ça va être... Sorry if it goes in your eye.
Jour en sous-cutané vers le profond. Et lui, c'est tellement béant que tu peux effectivement voir qu'est-ce que tu es en train de faire.
Good morning.
How long have you been playing bike polo for?
About 3 weeks, I would say.
I guess 3 months ago now?
Comme, je pense, un mois.
Ça fait 2 ans maintenant. Ouais.
My roommate Jesse started playing about a year ago. I think he found it on the internet. And then he told a couple people and they started playing, and then the next thing you know it's a year later and literally all of our friends come down and play 3 times a week.
The very first game, you always end up getting hurt somehow.
Yeah.
And you don't really touch the ball that much. But you just keep playing and it gets better.
I would, arguably the worst person out there. I run into walls all the time, crashing into stuff all over. It's good. It's good sport.
Polo was invented in like 18 something. We played on grass. And that was actually almost became an Olympic sport in like 1908 or something. And then about 10 years ago in Seattle, some bike passengers started playing this and it just sort of grew from there.
I actually picked up bike polo in Manchester in the UK. I was living there for 4-ish years.
So the rules are pretty simple. You can't put your feet down on the ground. If you do, you have to go to one of the sides of the court and tap out. Then you can start playing again.
It's really not mainstream at all. It's still it's like a counterculture sport, you might say, and so it doesn't have any regular forms for advertising. You're not going to be putting like bike polo billboards up or anything. There's no money. Nobody has any money to run this, so Facebook's probably pretty big.
Sports. C'est pas le genre de truc que je check sur internet. I don't know anything at all about bike polo. Sports.
Non, pas vraiment. Écoute,
Moi j'aime le bungee, là, je trouve ça vraiment cool, je trouve ça fou. Là.
Les mecs qui se jettent des avions, ils font comme de la chute libre, là, mais ils ont une espèce de truc hyper serré qui fait un peu comme une chauve-souris.
Bungee jumping, paragliding, jockey ball,
parkour,
le kayak polo.
like the gliding where they go in the suits.
Quidditch from Harry Potter.
Tu fais des jumps puis des pirouettes sur des skis puis t'essaies d'atterrir sur la neige.
Quidditch, that was like the newest thing that I've seen.
Internet.
Je sais pas, c'était à la télévision, là, ou peut-être sur Internet.
Website.
I watched that on YouTube. Just online, pretty much.
Sur YouTube.
Yeah, the internet obviously helped.
Facebook.
Like YouTube probably.
Je pense que c'est encore le début, on est en train de... Parce qu'il y a le groupe Facebook compte 200 membres environ.
Facebook. Yeah, I think it's pretty much Facebook. There's probably bike polo forums, but I'm not much of an internet person myself, so I don't follow them. I'm just on the Facebook.
The League of Bike Polo Forum, the North American one, and then there's the London Fixed Gear and Single Speed has been probably 80% responsible for it taking off.
Et de faire ça via Facebook, il y a un autre site qui est vraiment concentré sur le bike polo qui s'appelle League of Bike Polo. Et puis là en fait il y a vraiment tous les clubs, toutes les assos du monde entier qui sont recensés là-dedans. Et donc là on peut, si par exemple on fait un événement, un tournoi ou des choses comme ça, on fait des posts là-dessus et puis là il y a toute la communauté on va dire bike polo qui peut voir ça et donc venir.
It's growing, if anything.
And when we start, everyone lines up on, each team lines up on their own end with the ball in the middle. And on the count of 3, you all chase the ball in the middle, and the first one gets it, and the game starts. And we usually play for 10 minutes, or the first person to 5 goals. And you don't have to buy expensive ponies.
My name is Nick Schock. A lot of my friends played bike polo, mostly my roommate Jesse. He was kind of the one that got me into the sport. So we're working on designing and building custom bikes specifically designed for bike polo. Right now I've been doing some welding. It's a lot of cutting steel tubes, welding them together. It's kind of amazing what you can do with just a few simple tools. In the bike polo scene, there's everyone's constantly posting pictures of their bike on the League of Bike Polo website. So it's really the idea of custom bikes is huge in this sport, and the internet basically makes that possible for people to kind of share what they're doing with their bike with people around the world. One thing that I find really interesting about bike polo is that since the internet's such a huge role in establishing a community for bike polo, people will be able to connect with other people who play bike polo basically anywhere. That we'll have people show up from out of town who are only in town for a week, maybe for business or because they're visiting one of their sister or something like that, and they'll show up to play because through the League of Bike Polo website they're able to find all the information about the club, and it's a very welcoming club, or it's a very welcoming sport worldwide that I feel like if I went to any country, Australia, England, United States, I could just email the club in the city that I want to go. Someone would arrange to lend me a bike, and I could play with them. It's very interesting to see how this sport's evolving.
We're gonna play some bike polo. It's gonna be okay.